3. So we lose the house, we lose everything. Property that we thought we bought. Dad spent $12,000 on. The Roscoe property in Aquila. Come to find out, his son fucked us over, never signed over the property. So we lose that property. Find a house. Go to the house. Come to find out after several years that you haven't been paying on the house. Because I was approved to buy the house. You weren't. Which was a problem for you. And then magically my identity gets stolen and my credit goes to shit. To which I still have not recovered. Biggest thing on my credit for that fucked me over was 4 online credit accounts set up through Wells Fargo. And 26 car applications to a place in El Paso. Who told me that a female had called and said that they lived out in the desert and needed a car? I didn't call. They had all the right information. The only person that could have given them that information was you. So we end up losing the house. After being in the house for 3 years, we lose the house because you haven't paid anything on the house. And while we had an arrangement with the bank to take the rent off while we were getting the mortgage straightened around to fix and repair the house, you weren't turning in any of those receipts either. So we end up losing the house. Go down to the Esperanza property. We're there for a year and a half. One day, out of the blue, guy shows up in our driveway. Went out and asked him if I could help him. He said, "What are you doing here?" "I live here. It's my property." "No, it's my property." "What?" "Go in and get you, and you told me to go inside, not talk to him anymore because he's crazy." So I went back out and I'm like, "No, I don't understand what you're talking about." So he calls the land company that we were buying our property from. And the manager of the land company proceeds to tell me that you haven't made the payment in over 6 months. Really? No, it can't be right. Because my disability check goes towards our land payment. You hadn't paid on anything in over 6 months. Because when they could verify the 6-month mark, they forfeited our contract and they sold our property. My question though is, why do this? Throughout our entire relationship, there were problems. From day one. But a year before you left, I went to you, like I had before. Told you I wasn't happy. Things needed to change. You assured me that they would. And they didn't. So I went back and talked to you again. Told you that I had gotten a hold of Housing Authority in El Paso. And that I had gotten preliminarily approved for a house. For an apartment. And that I was going to be leaving. That I couldn't do it anymore. And the years of every time I would say, I can't do this anymore, and you would beg me and convince me to stay. And tell me about how you were going to have me locked up. And because I'm crazy in the head. Nobody's going to believe me anyway because I have issues. That time was different because I had somewhere to go. After we had that conversation, by this time, none of the kids were speaking to you. A few months after that, you started talking to the girls again. And I was always glad that you talked to the girls. I told you I couldn't get drawn up in the drama anymore because it was bothering me too much. My heart condition, and it was too much. I always told you you could talk to them whenever you wanted to. You could do whatever you wanted to do. But the thing is, you started this whole plan into motion about 8 to 9 months before you left. Because you even told me the day that shit went down. You've been planning this for over 6 months. I know you tell everybody else that, no, it was spur of the moment. You just couldn't do it anymore. So she was abusive. I left. Lies. But the facts are plain and simple. You took every bill that was in your name. Everything that you were responsible for. About 6 months before you left, between 6 and 8 months. And you switched everything over to my name. Illegally, mind you, because I never gave my permission. She switched everything over to my name. All the electric bills. I mean, absolutely everything. And then you stopped paying land payments, car payments. It's like, where'd that money go? Didn't go where it was supposed to go. Did, I'd still have a 140-acre ranch. You told me once before that, well, you told me from the very beginning of our relationship that if I ever left you, then you would leave me penniless, broke, homeless, with nothing. Came true, didn't it? Lost the Esperanza property. Hadn't paid anything for months. We moved to the Sierra Blanca property. I put down the money on the Sierra Blanca property. Put it down myself. Went down, put the money on, paid that fucker myself. You never paid another payment after that. It's the same with the cabin. We spent all the money getting the cabin, and then you don't make a single payment on it? Not a one fucking payment. Because you knew you were fucking leaving. And you took all of that money. And you just took it. You had no right to. It's my money to live off of. Sad part about it is, the day that we got married in Chula Vista, California, I flat out told you I didn't want to get married. Told you I didn't think it was going to fix problems we had. I told you that I thought it was just asking for more trouble. But you told me I was being paranoid, I was being delusional, I was being difficult, blah, blah, blah. Because after all, what was it going to hurt? Because if it got really bad, we could always just get divorced, right? If I hadn't have went through that day and would have followed my gut, you'd be sitting in jail right now for fraud, for identity theft, and worse. It is a federal crime to take advantage of a disabled person. But because I signed that paper, I can't go after you for that. Because trust me, if I could, I would. Going on to part 4.